Hey, what's going on? Ryan here with Intersection Records, and I wanted to talk about a documentary I saw last night. It's brand new. It's on Hulu and it's on Disney Plus, and it's called Sly Lives, aka The Burden of Black Genius. It's a documentary about uh, Sly Stone, or Born Sylvester Stewart. It was very good. You know, I don't know a lot about his band or really music, and that's one of the reasons why I did watch it. Really, his rise to stardom and fall is documented very well here. The documentary is done by Questlove. It features contributions by contributing dialogue from people like Andre 3000, Q-Tip, Nile Rodgers, Shaka Khan, Ruth Copeland, and George Clinton. It really talks about his whole life and the genius that was Sly Stone. He was born in Denton, Texas in 1943. He is still alive. He's 81 years old. The family quickly moves to the Bay Area, where he learns how to play multiple instruments. Has a very musical family with his brothers and sisters. Learns how to play the piano at a high level by age 7. By 11, he's playing piano, bass, drums, and guitar. He's charismatic. He's electric. His personality is vibrant, and people want to be around him. He gets into some bands in high school. The Viscanes, they're kind of a doo-wop band. They record some singles. They have a song called Yellow Moon and Stop What You're Doing. His brother Freddie and sister Rose are also musical, and he collaborates with them. You know, he also then becomes a disc jockey on a local station, and it's a soul station called K-Soul, but he starts integrating the Beatles and the Stones and integrates that sound. He's also producing records, okay? He's a guy that can not only just tell you what to do in the studio, he can show you what to do in the studio. And, you know, Grace Slick's first band, Great Society, actually recorded an early version of Somebody to Love with the help of Stallone. Grace Slick says, listen, we didn't even really know how to barely play our instruments, but Stone got us in there, showed us what to do, helped us out. This was all done on Autumn Records. You know, again, Sly's a prodigy, a musical prodigy, and he starts his own band, and ultimately his brother has a band too, and they decide to merge these groups and become, in 1966, Sly and the Family Stone. So we have Sly's 1966 band, Sly and the Stoners, featuring Cynthia Robinson, who's on trumpet. And brother Freddie has Freddie and the Stone Souls, which features Greg Errico, white drummer, and Jerry Martini, white saxophone player. And then they ultimately get Larry Graham and form Sly and the Family Stone. So we have not only an integrated white and black group, we also have male and female in the group. This is San Francisco. This can happen there, but it's also very rare, and it really hadn't been done before. Previous to this, Sly played on some recordings with Dionne Warwick and the Righteous Brothers, played some keys, did some couple of gigs with Chubby Checker. He's a man about town. He's a man about the scene, and now he's got his own band. And, you know, their first album, A Whole New Thing, in 1967, basically flops. But that second record, they kind of simplified their sound. They realized they need a hit. And this music that they're doing is pretty complicated. There's lots of harmonies, lots of interesting beats. The great innovation slap technique on bass by Larry Graham, who would really invent that slapping style of bass playing. And by 1966, that first hit is Dance to the Music. The album then comes out of the same name, and that's really their breakthrough hit. It's a huge song. By 1969, their album Stand sells 3 million copies and has songs like Everyday People. And now we're talking major success. By the summer of 69, they have Hot Fun in the Summertime and I Want to Take You Higher. And they're invited to play Woodstock. And Woodstock really is almost the pinnacle of them in 1969. The documentary made all those people huge stars, and the documentary really helped Sly Stone. He's on now the Mike Douglas show and the Dick Cavett show, and he's starting to take drugs, and the cocaine in the 70s and psychedelics really just take a toll. By 1971, drummer Greg Errico leaves the band. By 1972, Larry Graham leaves the band. They're not a political band. Everyday people and these songs, Family Affair, and dance to music, they're really about inclusion. They're about the trouble in the black community, but they're being pressured by the Black Panthers, who are a more extremist group, to support the black causes, and that really ruffles the feathers of the band members. And they're the Black Panthers want them to fire their white drummer, for instance. Ultimately the band's going to break up in 75, and in a personal life, Sly, has a few children. He has a few wives, and really spends the rest of the 70s and 80s getting arrested for drugs, having problems. And it's a sad, piece, but it's not a story that hasn't been told by many people who rise fast and then have their issues with personal and substance abuse. Ultimately, they are inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1993. Even up in the 70s, even he's missing concerts. He's leaving the stage and not coming back during concerts. Even at the Rock Hall of Fame, he wasn't there until halfway through all the speeches. Then he pops out under the curtain and he's there. But what does Sly Stone do? He changes the way that music is done, especially in the black community. He changes Miles Davis. Miles Davis is dating a young Betty Davis, and she's into Sly Stone. So what does Miles do? Miles starts changing his dress, changing the style of music, putting albums out like On the Corner. The Temptations ride this psychedelic soul music into different uncharted territory. James Brown, Parliament Funkadelic, George Clinton, the Ohio Players, Black Eyed Peas, Arrested Development, Prince, everything that comes after. There is no Prince without Sly Stone. Just a great documentary. It was cool to see some things that I didn't know about such a genius, a musical genius. Anyway, that's my show for today. Check out my channel, subscribe if you like this content. We talk great music every day. Peace out. See you.